YouTube, there is no firearms in this video.
Welcome back to the Low Care Gunner YouTube channel. In this episode, I will be talking about custom grips for Crosman pistols like this 2240 and 1377. I already had some buckrail custom grips on both the 2240 and 1377, but they sent me a package so I can try something different on one of them. Basically, this frame will allow you to use AR grips on a Crosman pistol and also get a lighter trigger pull, especially if you did not mess with the spring already. I decided to use it on my 1377 just because it has more of an AR look already, and that will match better, I believe. And also, the trigger pull always has been a bit harder on my 1377 than my 2040. I believe this is normal. Most people seem to say it is, but I want to see if this frame will give a similar trigger pull and stuff. And this is enough talking. I will install this. I will not show all of it. You can always watch Buckrail video on this. He has very nice tutorials for most of his products, so watch that if you need that, and I will pick you guys back up when that's done. I think I forgot to say that the trigger pull was around 2.5 pounds now. It was over 3 pounds last time I've tested it, and it also did one pull at 3 pounds, so it is around 2.5. The trigger might need a bit of polishing. Also, I wanted to show how it grips before I actually change the grip. This is the Buckrail 3D printed grip. Feels pretty good, but let's see how the other one fits. Alright, so I'm back with the Crosman grip adapter on this 1377. It was pretty easy to install, but there is a few things that I want to go over just to give you a few tips. I believe that Terry's frame had Torx screws, but mine had some 0.5 millimeter Allen screws. Also, when you try to squeeze the trigger blade in, make sure that the top out here is already past this thingy or it will never work. You do have to reuse most of your factory trigger frame components, but in this one there is a nice little hole to put your little ball and spring that always fly out, so that's pretty cool. There is also a slot for the trigger slash sear spring that is provided with it and will give you pretty much the best trigger pull you can get with those out of the box without messing with the sear, because it is about the same as it was before with my spring pretty much doing nothing, so that's pretty good. This 1377 is currently right around 2.5 pounds. My sear is not looking that good. It might need some polishing in the future. I did not feel like doing this today, but my 20-40 is right around 2 pounds, so this is about what you should get with this kind of mod slash spring. Squishing the spring also works, but you know, this is about what you get with both setup. Take note that this 1377 was a bit over 5 pounds out of the box without messing with the factory spring, so that's a pretty big improvement. I personally wanted this mainly for the look because it looks pretty cool, but it is also really comfortable. This grip, which is interchangeable with other AR grips, is pretty grippy. You have a nice finger notch out here, so I like that. The safety also works really good with this frame. You can't pull the trigger at all with it on, and when you take it off, it seems like there is a bit less play, at least less slop with this trigger frame, so the trigger feels a bit different. The cocking kind of also feels different. I don't know if that's me, but it seems like it makes a bit more noise, but also feels more positive. I don't know if you can tell. Seems like things happen quicker. By the way, it is better not to dry fire a pumper or a CO2 to not smack the valve too hard. So if you can put some air in it before firing it, it is always better. So let's see what it looks like. This is 2.5 pounds, less slop a bit. I don't know if you can see, but pretty good. Before that, I had the Buckrail 3D printed grips, which is already an improvement over the hollow Crosman grips. Those really stay in place and you don't need to strip your frame screws to get them to hold on it, so this was already pretty nice. Those grips are 3D printed, but this is made with the new machines that you got, so this looks quite a bit nicer. One thing that I did like about the other grips is that the matched is plumper, which is a bigger forearm, not to pinch yourself and stuff. I don't know if I will put this grip on my 2240 eventually or not because of that, but stay tuned. By the way, if you want to keep it a bit more compact, Buckrail also has a folding stock option, some scope mounts and stuff, muzzle brake adapters, so make sure to check them out. I don't know if I forgot to say anything, but I want to say a quick thank you to Spears Custom Parts for the muzzle brakes. Also, those Crosmans are most likely available at airgun stores, and those are cool, so check that out. And thanks for watching. I will see y'all in the next